Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome to episode 58 of Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry, and the 2024 season has come to a close. The Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl yet again. And as you can tell by my reaction there, it is the Chiefs. I guess the only positive, if you want to say it that way, and I don't, is that they're a dynasty. And that's also the negative of the entire thing is you're going from the Patriots to the Chiefs in a 25-year period where they're dominating the AFC, and it just makes it so hard to get through. I mean, we're going to see great teams maybe get one crack at it, maybe two cracks at it total. I'm talking about great teams and quarterback pairings through a 15-year span, and unless something happens. But just I've got thoughts on that game. I did what the wild card division round, what all that meant for the Bengals and how we can apply that to the Bengals. I've got some thoughts on the Super Bowl. I'll save that for the end. We are going to jump back right into draft prospects, and we've got a wide receiver that's being projected to go within picks 15 and 25. So we've got to be aware because as of now, we're expecting the Bengals to lose Tyler Boyd, potentially lose Tee Higgins, whether that's their own decision to not tag him or tag and trade Tee Higgins. But even if they keep him on a tag for 1 year, you should probably draft a receiver at some point. So I'm not against it at any point in this draft. First round would seem rich, but we got to be aware. Is Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU worthy of that pick at 18? And that's who we'll focus on today. I was joined by Jake Lisco, the host of Locked On Bengals, as we break down film on our Twitch channel, Who Jay. And we do this around every year from February, March, and April. And even sometimes even afterwards, we will watch prospects that the Bengals drafted that we didn't watch pre-draft. So you can follow on there. And we did 2.5, almost 3 hours worth of film breakdowns. Watched other players too, not just Brian Thomas. This is me your focus for this episode, but we watch Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver from Florida. We watch Cade Stover, the tight end from Ohio State, which I'll tell you right now, not interested unless it's round 4, maybe 5. It just doesn't look like anything more than maybe a tight end 2 at best in the NFL. Pearsall maybe in the 4th, but I think he's a slot guy, and he's going to be 24 years old. Same with Stover. That really kills it for me. Brian Thomas is 21. He's 21.3 right now, so that's a young upside type pick, but we'll get to him in a second. And we looked at the tackle combo at Washington for the Huskies against Michigan, which we saw that tape a little bit when we watched Chris Jenkins. But if you want to check that out, there are full breakdowns of those games on our Twitch channel at Hoojay, just like it sounds. Hooday, it's Hoojay, Jake, Joe. So thanks for joining me, Jake. And here's the recap of our Brian Thomas Jr. film breakdown. I would have loved to have seen them hit that post there. It's a nice you get some good separation, sets up that post route pretty well. Man, he probably doesn't throw it because of the left guard getting into his face. You want to go back, Jake. He runs he sets up not exactly a double move. It's a post, but watch him lean at the top of the route. Bang, bang. He flipped that guy.
Is that what we call a rocker step?
Yeah, I would. Even though he's not actually cutting hard off of it, it definitely gets that guy off balance and gets him to step outside.
So somebody asked what number we're watching. I'm just going to go back on this play again. Sorry for
11.
all the jumping around. You see this arrow here? The arrow will point out who we're watching, but yeah, 11. He's got a sleeve on his left arm, no socks, no little calf bands, no armband like Neighbors has here. So that's how we can tell who he is. He's also not this white guy.
In the slot there.
Yeah, real
not that
tight.
I want to pay attention. Yeah, not that I want to pay attention to Neighbors.
Well, This is just running a curl into off coverage. I mean, does he like? I guess he like sort of gets into the corner's blind spot a little bit, but that corner is just bailing.
I do like how much he comes back though. That burst out of the cut, coming back, and sketch. I mean, he comes back 3.5 yards at least.
It's about as easy as it gets, though.
Oh yeah, nothing extraordinary yet to write home about.
RPO with him on the bubble.
I would have liked to have seen him get that.
Yeah, like, oh, it's because it's a triple option. In line again.
Yep.
Just hardly trying.
I mean, this is a terrible effort, to be honest.
Not interested in blocking.
He wants to get out of there. Okay.
Was LSU even good this year? I have no idea.
Yeah, they're fine.
Still no effort. All right. So far, my impression is that he will not be an asset as a blocker.
And he's in again on 4th down.
Yeah.
And again, they're stuffed, and he's mad. Who are you mad at? You can help out. You can do something here. Yikes, Thomas.
He's mad he didn't get a chance to receive the football.
Nah, that's what it is. Sometimes you got to block first, and then we'll throw you the ball.
So what is this? It's literally just trail. I
And
mean
he's
that.
playing inside. I mean, he's cutting in on him the whole time.
Mhm. Looking
If you're
like
gonna
George Pickens. Won't block and gets upset when you do. George Pickens blocks.
when he does, he absolutely mauls people. Yeah, Thomas in the slot. Going for it, slot fade. Bang. Came right back to it, nailed it. Is that a safety? It is not. It is a corner.
So
Maybe.
good
Nope.
matchup there for him. Slot corner against massive man who can run fast and just runs right by him.
Yeah,
I
a little
mean,
hesitation.
there's no deception in this. Corner opens the gate pretty much when he takes off and he just runs by him.
Yeah, that's high end speed to
Yeah,
be able to get that.
probably. Unless that guy's real slow. Looks like he's fast though. Yeah.
Right, to go from a stutter step to hit the full speed, hit the
Yeah.
jets, and then track the ball. I mean, the ball's laid perfectly, so it's an
Good
easy
pass.
one. Let's say he's showing something there.
The effort in
Timing
this
looked
game
less.
so far has been
Yeah,
inconsistent, let's say.
it looked like the timing here was screwed up. Neighbors was open. We got another slot fade, back shoulder. Does he catch this?
No. Doesn't even get a hand on it. Maybe he got his hand to it.
Go back to the route if you can from the start. Okay, yeah, he definitely. That's what I thought. He hammers in hard and he gets that guy to stumble.
Looks like he's thinking it's coming over inside shoulder, which is weird for this part of the field.
Right.
It'd be weird for like, why does he open inside here? I don't
Right.
know. You should expect this to be going outside shoulder.
And
like
right now, if you peek and you locate it, then turn and flip. Don't flip backwards. You flipping and facing the ball slows you down immensely. Like he should have been turning that way at that point.
that's one of those things that's really hard to do though.
No doubt. I mean, but that's
But you see that from the top end guys for sure. This tight angle is bad.
it's so tight. I can't even see what's happening there. That stinks. That was a really good route.
Got to finish it though. Got to have that
Mhm.
you got to have that ball in air technique, ball skills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jaden.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen Tee Higgins turn the wrong way on a deep ball or anything like that, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they're just trying to ISO. Is this third and goal? They're just yeah. This is their third down
Third,
play.
yeah,
Is they're just
to the
trying to get
one.
him ISO'd on a little slant.
Yeah, he wants that corner to open up and play the deep ball, and then he's going to cut inside, and he doesn't get him to move at all on it. He gets him to open up, but the corner does a good job cutting and
It
climbing back in.
throws behind too. Joe will have clips for his
Yeah.
show, Bengals on the Brain, sponsored by First Star Logistics.
Oh, thanks, Jake. Hey, this is number 2 again, who had the trail technique earlier, and he does a great job of when that right foot plants, he cuts back in real hard right here. Bang. Turn him.
Good flip,
Yeah.
good hip mobility there, hip
Yep.
fluidity. But this ball is behind. If this
No
keeps him going, he has a chance at least to run after the catch. But as it is, it stops him and he's dead.
Yep.
Like,
Gone. He's running now. We got some effort now, Jake.
where is he?
He's the one blocking down there.
Oh yeah, Brian Thomas.
Yeah, go back all the way. He actually runs this thing down.
I was gonna look at this game too. Brian Thomas.
See what his stats are.
Sorry for the pause, folks. So Brian Thomas against Florida had 8 targets, is why I pulled this game.
We've seen 3.
We've seen
comeback 4, 2 slot fades, and then the third down play.
Oh yeah, 4. And this was in week 11 against Florida.
So late.
Okay, let's watch this play. Oh, this is just Jaden Daniels running. Okay.
Yep.
And
watch
he's on.
both receivers on the side blocking on our side.
That's really good from Neighbors.
That's 2.
Huh?
Yeah, that's number 2, not Neighbors. It's their third guy.
It looks like 8 to me.
And then that's Thomas running down there, getting in the way.
I mean, that's pretty good awareness to like see it and be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run with this all the way. No, I was talking
right
about
here.
Neighbors. I was talking about 8. The play side block.
At the top. So
Yeah.
all 3 guys
Look at
actually
that.
block. Yeah.
That's a hell
And
of a
did you
block.
see two down here getting his?
Yeah, he put this guy on the ground.
So yeah, all 3 receivers. Good job. Yep.
Jesus, this offensive line is a disaster, huh? I guess that's just a blitz.
That was the 49ers last night on that last third down.
Yeah, that was bad. Did you watch the Mitch Schwartz explanation of the protection call? I have not yet.
I mean, yeah, I did, but it was after I was like, man, I want to clip this, and I went and checked to see if the film was up yet, and it wasn't available for me, and I'm like, fuck, because the guy's open. Juwan Jennings is open.
I thought it was Ayuk.
Is it Ayuk? Either way,
Juwan Jennings had a hell of a game. I actually thought Brock Purdy played really well too.
He did.
Did you see him get rerouted here?
You telling me? Yeah, let's watch this.
Jesus Christ!
That's a linebacker, but he gets shoved 6 yards.
Why are you running in front? I guess that's where his depth is supposed to go. But man, that's
it does take 2 defenders out of the middle of the field if there was someone else wrapping behind him. Daniels, man, like
he's athletic.
Yeah, I want that. Not that we're looking for a quarterback. I just mean if teams are, oh, what a blitz pickup by 27.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stoned his ass. But what I was thinking on that Purdy, that third down, and I'm like, he played well, but like these are the limitations when people are like, we want a Shanahan offense. Look at the numbers Purdy's putting up. Burrow would not run that play. Like you get to that point and you see a blitz, you cannot run that play. That was rock, paper, scissors, and he was willingly running a play that was not going to work.
That's what you see the Tom Brady Steve Young conversation?
Yeah.
That was like one of the really interesting clips. Tom Brady's like, "Yeah, man, these quarterbacks aren't playing quarterback anymore.
Right? They're just running the offense.
They're just doing what their coach tells them to do." Oh my god.
Yeah.
College. This is why I can't watch college football. I know
So
this
much
happens in the
openness.
NFL, but holy,
It does happen. But yeah, because I like that one. That's what made me think. I'm like, Burrow would get there and say, "Wait, we've got rock,
that's a
and
good
they've got
route,
paper
actually.
by the running back."
No, by Thomas.
Oh yeah,
Well,
the other side looks like it's different though.
but they pass it off,
They do, but
and
he
then
goes he goes. I'm
so
gonna go play the other deep.
this actually might just. Well, this is a fire zone, whatever it is, because they got 4 plus a spy.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Anyway, let's see the in break here from the tight.
Oh yeah,
Like that's like some Tee Higgins movement ability for that size,
yeah.
I think. Like
That's
it's
crisp.
hard to make that cut that quickly when you're 6'4".
And you see the way he gets straight up before he does it because he's leaning this way, has to get vertical and then cut again, which is key to your route there.
He actually
You
leans.
see, he comes in leaning this
He's
way.
leaning out. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like it's the opposite of what he's gonna do. A lot of guys won't end up leaning into their routes because they can't help it because they're not athletic enough to really cut off as sharp as they need to.
I should not care what this coverage is, but
I can't tell though.
it's
It's
so
got to
weird that 8 just continues to bail. Like what is threatening you vertically? He's trying to play like an invert 2.
maybe they're running. Maybe it was something on tape that the staff said to him, "Hey, if they run this, I need you to get back. So we're gonna wrap a
He's cuz
guy
he's
deep
yeah, he's
around him."
looking for a post or a
Right.
crosser.
He's looking and it's not there. Like there's supposed to be a deep crosser coming.
And then there's just nobody in the flat.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get caught up in that stuff.
There we go. Give it, man.
He's got him stacked. Was he pressed? Yeah, he's pressed. Let's check the release.
Yeah.
Ducks
Tips
the
his
shoulder.
inside shoulder. And he gets on him in a hurry too. He's man, is this Daniels? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
He he can move.
Like that's fun. Because I mean, like everything looks good so far. He's had a couple missed throws, but like the routine stuff's been there for him. He's processed quickly. He's in the pocket looking sturdy, moving well. And then when he can do that, it's like, whoa.
I've not been very impressed by the processing.
I mean, on the easy 1-2 read stuff, he's getting it out. I feel like
It's fine. Accuracy is not really the thing with him is just that he's 23. If he's 20,
yeah,
21,
he was a transfer also, right?
yeah.
I believe.
hmm
There we go.
Not as good of a
Stack 'em,
release,
go.
but he stacked
Give
them.
it to me. Yes. This is beautiful. Stacks him outside,
Man,
then just runs past him because he moved the corner.
the speed is real.
Yeah, that's fast. That's a good
Daniels
release.
Daniels did declare yes.
Go back. Can I get the end zone again? I want to see how much Daniels holds the safety if he does.
Not
Just for a
too
click.
long. Like
Yeah,
he's watching. He's off middle of field for like a hitch and a half.
Yep, just enough.
This is why I say what I said. This is why I said what I said about the release. The release a little bit slower, I think, than it could be. Like it works great, and Daniels has time, but I think the ball should be out right now. And these extra little stutters, one like that choppy,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3,
You
4,
don't get
5,
that.
6, like
Yeah, you get 3 steps. That's all you
from
get in
press
that.
too. Like you do this against Sauce, you're just getting the hand in your shoulder and you're dead.
Right, because he doesn't even use any hand movements here. He goes straight to full speed.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't knock a hand down or anything.
And corner's on his heels. He's terrified. He's shitting his pants. But speed and ball tracking, catch, all that's good.
Acceleration. I mean, that
Yep.
being able to delay your getting up to top speed is something a lot of big guys can't do. I mean, we even saw it with
Oh,
Cam Taylor, Britt, and DK Metcalf.
That ball probably
I'd like
needs
him
to come out earlier with more air under it.
I was going to say, if he could stack that corner a little bit quicker and give Daniels a better target, because he fades to the sideline a little bit too early, which means Daniels can't really tell where he has to throw it. I mean, you got an idea beforehand, but once it, so you see here, if he can get harder, press him harder inside. Don't
Yeah.
fade so quickly to the end zone.
Because we've seen
to
him
the
get that
sideline.
harder jab step inside, and here he just kind of gets that split step or whatever. Like right here, he goes to
Yeah,
square essentially instead of getting a harder jab inside.
he's
Get that
giving
guy
it
to
away.
bite. But still, if there's more air under this and it's to the back pylon, he has a chance to run under it.
Yes.
Because he does well enough for a good throw here to the back pylon to be a touchdown. It's still a fade in the red zone, which, we know is a low percentage play.
Inside release. You're on him. You got him stacked. But the slot's wide open.
I love this release, though. This is the best release I think we've seen from him.
And if you can pause it here, when he gets to the top of this, a little bit more, one more step, if you can give me one more after that. Okay, so yeah, perfect. When I talk about stacking them, getting back on top of the corner so you can basically control the speed from there of which you're tracking the ball. If you're side to side or even just 45-degree angle ahead of them, you kind of have to
There's the
track
effort.
the ball while boxing. Yeah, good blocking there. While boxing out the guy. But if you're on top of him, you can track the ball at your pace and run with the ball and still box him out very easily.
Bengals run this often.
Yep. That's Neighbors breaking tackle.
And a late hit.
That can't be the flag, though, right? That was
No, the flag was earlier.
I don't know if they called holding on Thomas. Yeah, they may have.
They called holding on him after we just gave him props for blocking.
Yeah, watch right here as the guy breaks back inside number 8.
Oh.
Right, because what else would you call? Unless there was a face mask.
Well, he went out at the 20, and the ball is at the 37, so, yep.
Yeah, man. Okay,
That
they
throw
did
is
throw it.
so late, and he's still there.
And it's so far inside. What tracking? This is tremendous tracking. He kills him off the line. Number 8's back out there. He wasn't ready, and then he just.
The speed. So my biggest takeaway is that he can run by guys.
Oh, geez, yes.
The explosiveness is
fast.
there. The vertical ability is big.
This ball is down the middle of the field, too, and he tracks that all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
And is able to run it down. Impressive. Yeah, that vertical speed is nuts.
I wonder if there's anybody that I'm gonna see. Brian Thomas GPS. LSU.
See if he's hitting 21.
I don't see any GPS numbers.
Daniel's running power here.
He's going to be an interesting player. LSU clocked Thomas at 22.31 miles per hour. That's extremely fast. So did you hear me? 22.3 was his top speed that I see.
That's banana speed. That's crazy speed.
You look at fastest ball carriers in the NFL, that would be the fastest ball carrier in the NFL this year, ahead of DK Metcalf, 22.23.
Right. So if he runs a 4.31, he's not even going to be there at 18. To be honest with you, with that size.
Bit of a one-trick pony right now.
Oh, for sure. And I'd like to see him be physical at the catch point. I'd love to see, what his hands look like in more contested situations. We didn't get that in this game.
With that size, yeah. Got a question in chat. You've watched a bunch of Newtons, so you can answer this one. TD58401. Do you think Jerzon Newton has the ability to be Chris Jones or Geno-esque, or should he lower his hopes?
No, I think that's exactly what his profile looks like at this point. Now let's get testing, and we expect him to test like a 90th percentile athlete. His production profile, the stuff I used, 27, man. You're gonna have to go back on this. He's flexing too. I'll finish my thoughts.
Mm.
Yeah, Neighbors gets the pitch and gets the jet sweep and goes in, follows him.
He's out there
It's gonna
blocking.
run off him. Mm-hmm.
His guy doesn't make the tackle. Good job, Brian. The effort blocking apparently diminishes later in the season.
Yeah, all right, because this is week 1.
Would you rather have
Oof. We just got a crazy block on that. I don't know who that is. 50? All the way out wide for Thomas. Come inside. Yep.
running a little pick play there?
Screen.
Just YOLO ball to Neighbors. And let's see. This pick is definitely open. The ball should be
Yeah.
going to Thomas.
It's just that 11 at D end there does get up in the vision if he thinks he's going to right there. But he's already moved on. Looks like
Yeah, he's off it.
mesh, right?
It looks like it.
And a good job, leaning forward and
Yep.
just a little shimmy on there on the safety to make sure you get a couple extra yards out of this.
When he
I
really
do
tries on those quick
Yeah.
releases, I like him.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. When he breaks off his quick release, I'm like, ooh, every time. Like that looks quick, that looks athletic. You're getting separation just off your movement skills.
Yeah. There's a penalty on this play. He held again. Oh, but Kelly wants a flag. Oh, he got a flag. They did not call offensive holding. Got a comeback here. Not very good. Stumbles. He's
Get
there.
him.
Just get
See a little
upfield.
something after the catch if we can.
What's
a little
that?
bit.
Oh,
I was with you. I wanted to see a little bit after the catch. Good movement in the pocket. Waiting, buying a little bit extra time there.
probably
That's
in the NFL, I just want to get upfield here.
No, that's 15.
That is a defensive lineman that dropped out though, I think. Or I guess he's a linebacker.
Linebacker.
Okay. He was rushing on that play previously where we went back and saw Verse with the pass rush win. Another flag. They do bring him inside to block, and then he just doesn't.
He has no interest.
Like, doesn't
Like, what
even
is
try.
That guy gets a clean shot on your quarterback. Like
Oh
a
my
clean
god.
head, helmet, face mask to a solar plex, and you're just walking away. That's ugly. That's the ugliest thing. Like, it has to be noted because if he doesn't succeed and there's like effort questions, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's build.
From what I've seen, I don't think I would take this guy over Newton or either Fashanu. Who's Fashanu?
Olu Fashanu from Penn State should go top 12.
Yeah. Guy that I have not watched because he was not expected to be available, and then Lance mocked into the Bengals.
Lance did, yes, that's right. I was just gonna say someone did.
Brock Bowers mocked to the Bengals today. Trevor Sikkema.
He's going to be smaller at the combine than expected, and we'll see
Like
if that affects him.
230.
No, like 6'3", and then he's only listed at 240.
Yeah. That's why I said small. Like 240 is already small.
Right. If he's 6'3", 240, teams are going to say like,
And he's balding.
he's balding. So
We've
there's
seen
13
from
seconds
Daniels.
left. Maybe that's what's going on here. Is he's trying to keep it? I mean, you had him coming open too here. That sucks. He's pissed.
He's so mad. This is the second time in the game he's run across.
It's probably a touchdown.
Nobody's with him. And he looks back and he's like, oh, he's scrambling the other way. I'm not
Mm.
getting the ball. I'm going to throw a tantrum.
I mean, there's no reason for him to bail out of the pocket that way either. Like right here.
Yeah, where
You
are you
see him?
going?
Like, why are you bailing out? They're
I mean,
they're collapsed.
it's because the guy just is in your face, but you can step up.
Drag him again here.
He doesn't look very comfortable running those little 2-yard drags. There's a couple times like he tries to get underneath the linebackers and just like ends up running into him or getting
Right.
bodied out of the play.
Right, the spacing and timing of it all. He's like, what am I, am I just decoying? Am I trying to tie these guys up? Should I gain depth? Is it okay if I'm losing depth? Oh, the play's already done. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's going to be a stop. He's coming back. I mean, they're running the same routes basically on opposite ends on that one. So it's interesting to watch the two of them. We got to go ball. No.
Free release and just doesn't run by this guy from press.
And then never even fights either. He lets his hand, you see his hand get pinned backwards and he never even fights off of it. You see it because of his sleeve there.
Yeah.
He can't get his arm
Yeah.
back inside. The guy's got him pinned.
Fair to say consistent effort questions?
Yeah, that's fair. There we go. We're gonna get a deep one.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
It's not a good throw, but you got to catch
It's
that
not.
ball. Like,
I mean,
come back
he's-
to it. Oh, he just
Yeah.
drops it. That's a stone cold drop. Ball's already through his hands before the defender gets there.
that's being nervous coming back to the ball into traffic.
Like, you just come back, you're probably scoring, to be honest. Step in
I
front
mean,
of
you
the
could probably
defender.
run into the guy and get a pass interference at the very least.
And this is just the defender drifting too far inside. Like, he's not
Yeah.
really open, per se.
His spatial awareness not great there. He just misses. Start of the fourth.
That's a stacks in there. And then you got to pick going the other way.
Yeah, the receiver fell.
But this is the kind of release for him that I'd like to see. The
Yep.
quicker, and then just get out of it.
That's what I mean. Like that's a target and a high quality target. He's 1-on-1. There's no safety over there.
But he's still not really given much deception here. Like this is the same kind of thing where there's no
He's
real
leaning outside.
inside threat, and then he's just
Yep.
able to run by the guy, which is fine when you can run by the guy. But in the NFL, again, like there's no like his press, but it's press bail. Not even really bail. It's just like there's no jam, and then he's just running by the guy.
Neither guy uses their hands at all there.
Looking his way, wants him, got him.
Got it. See if we can do anything after the catch there.
That looked like
That-
Tee Higgins after the catch.
Yeah, that space collapsed real quickly.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Like give it to him on these. I
Well,
understand
this is
this
the
guy wide
same-
open. Yep. Same concept as earlier, basically.
As a first game. That's
nice
nice.
cut. Yep.
That's like that's a Tee Higgins like in
That's
break.
T.
Like
Yep.
that looks a lot like T.
Yep.
Like he doesn't finish it.
I mean, the play's done.
Yeah,
He
I
can probably-
I guess he looks back, sees a quarterback running away. It's just little effort questions that are in the back of my head after some of the blocking we've seen.
No doubt.
And like
And his
this
reaction.
and this route. He knows he's not getting the ball in this play.
Yep.
And he could very well get the ball in the play. Judging
Oh,
from
yeah,
the coverage. Like
If that's Burrow, he may just find you because the coverage dictated it rather than what you feel might happen there after the catch. Ooh.
oh, there's somebody trying to jam him.
Yeah.
Also,
Nice.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
He's bailing instantly on that. And the good hole shots. He's going to fucking take this.
There's
He's
that
way
speed.
too fast.
Yeah, he's fast. This is so easy. He doesn't have to do anything.
So he recognizes this is going to turn into a cover 2 situation. He just sits in it. Daniels lays it in there. You see how he stops. I mean,
Yeah, it's good. It's good
Bengals
recognition there,
we've hit T on this how many times?
and it's great speed. The speed is the biggest asset
It's
there.
insane speed. Oh, no doubt. For him to be able to score off that is pretty nuts.
It's pretty good, really good. Just split
'Cause, I mean,
those
that's dropped
guys.
between two guys. He's gone. Absolutely gone.
Yeah, he's fast.
So to recap, Brian Thomas, we're looking at a guy with electric, deep speed, highly productive at 20 years old this past year, just turned 21 not long ago. He's 21.3 at draft time. So anytime you're talking about guys with good size, good production at a young age, with good athleticism, against good competition, those are all boxes you're checking pre-draft. And you would say Brian Thomas has all of those things. And I think in a weaker class, he probably would be considered higher in this draft. But because you have three guys that are likely going top 12, top 10, it pushes Thomas down just a little bit in this class and makes him potentially available at 18. So would I pick him at 18? There are some other things. There are some concerns with his effort and blocking at times, sometimes knowing when he's not getting the ball, doesn't run his route as crisp as you would like. Um, the blocking part gets me. Normally, that's a sign of guys being disinterested. There were some other moments where he did block, so I'm gonna have to go and watch more tape, to be honest, to feel 100% certain, because there are other things too. I want to see more contested situations. I want to see some screens. I want to see more short yardage situations, meaning short yardage targets towards Thomas, and see what he does after the catch. But the data profile looks really strong as a whole when you look at age adjusted and strength of schedule adjusted production. Yeah, I think I would, and to be honest, because I think of the um, skill set Thomas would bring to this offense that the Bengals really don't have. And I know Jamar Chase is speed, deep, get downfield, but teams aren't letting him do that. So if he's going to average 12 yards per catch for the rest of his career, well, you kind of need someone in here that can get 14, 15 for you. And that's why I want to see, can he do more after the catch? What kind of guy is he with the ball in his hands? That's what's going to lead me to go watch more tape. Because can he be that? The next guy that they add to this offense, whether that's at running back, tight end, wide receiver, I want it to be a guy you can get the ball in his hands and he can do some stuff after the catch, make a guy miss, get a couple extra yards. They really don't have that other than Jamar Chase, and maybe Chase Brown can be one of those guys as well. But I think they definitely need one. But if you're telling me the trade-off there is that I have an elite, deep speed, vertical option, it's hard to say no to that as well. And now, if they are able to extend Tee Higgins, which I think is unlikely, then no, I'm out on wide receiver at 18. But if it's a franchise tag or it's a tag and trade situation or a situation where they lose him this year, yeah, I'm highly interested in Thomas at 18. Now, it also requires, because there's going to be people freaking out as soon as they saw the title of this video, how can we talk about receivers? Didn't you see the Chiefs just win the Super Bowl without receivers? Haven't you seen the offensive line? I already know what you're saying. I already know what the comments are saying. But, and they're not wrong, number one. But remember, I expect the Bengals to attack the trenches in free agency. They kind of have to for the defensive tackle spot. Uh, right tackle, they may leave it up to 18. But at the same time, I think that's very risky. I could see them bringing in a low end veteran and someone that could start just in case the guy's not there at 18 for you. So in that scenario, you could be open to a wide receiver at 18, giving Joe Burrow as many weapons as possible. There's nothing wrong with that. And the Chiefs are probably talking about, when they get to offseason, or maybe the Joe Goodberry of the Chiefs kingdom is talking about their need to bring in some wide receivers this offseason. No doubt about that in my mind, because it almost derailed their season for them. I want to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, though, so that was a good little segue into it. What does it mean to me that the Chiefs have won again? And what does it show you? Are the Bengals more like the 49ers and how they're built and run? Or are they more like the Chiefs and how they're built and run? I think they're more like the Chiefs, and that's going to freak people out as well. They're nothing like Andy Reid. They don't have Andy Reid. They don't have Spagnuolo, all that stuff. Nothing is a direct. Nobody has exactly what they have. All right. Nobody has, even with Joe Burrow, you don't have Pat Mahomes. Even when Zach Taylor has got a winning record against Andy Reid, you don't have Andy Reid. All right. Anarumo has done his thing against Mahomes. Still, do you have Spags, who looks like one of the best coordinators of all time, especially big game coordinators, which I think is a key phrase, big game, because I think Lou is a big game defensive coordinator. So maybe the gap there isn't as far as some would believe, despite having a terrible year last year on defense. But what do the Chiefs win say to me? Because the Bengals are more like the Chiefs because now they're paying their franchise quarterback. They cannot load up the roster the same way some other teams can. The Chiefs did not pay a lot of cash. They're a team that's pretty close to cash and cap, same as the Bengals. So that's a team you should be trying to emulate as best as you can. And now, why you can't recreate a dynasty easily, it kind of happens with a great pairing between coach and quarterback. I would say that drafting and being cheap on the defensive side, and I don't mean cheap in a bad way, but they're paying Chris Jones over there and Justin Reed. Other than that, the Chiefs are pretty low salaried on the defensive side of the ball. And I think it comes down to having your star players and then filling in the rest around them. You got your Mahomes, you got your Travis Kelce. You do have 2 stars at left guard and center, as much as a lineman can be a star in KC. But on the defensive side, it's just Chris Jones. It is just L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie. Other than that, they filled it in as best as they can. Some first, second, third round picks in there, a bunch of late round secondary guys that have worked for them. But largely, I think when we look at the offseason, we say, you got to fill this, you got to fill that, you have to fill this, you have to fill that. What I'm seeing is, no, you have to draft good players. You have to sign good players and fill in the rest. However, you can't really predict who's going to hit and who's not going to hit when you're drafting. Same with free agency, right? Some guys work, some Trey Waynes will be a hit. Meanwhile, Mike and Hilton and Chidobe Awuzie, the 2 of them cost the same, and they were a hit where Waynes was a bust. So you can't control that part. All you can really do is say, give me good players as best as possible that can make an impact and be high potential types, cornerstone type players. Does he have the ability to do this? Even if it's at a position that mistakenly he's great at. Like in the first round, a tackle's there, great. That sounds good. But if it's a defensive tackle, do it. If it's a corner, do it. You think a corner can be a number 1 type shutdown corner? Do it. Draft him. You think this defensive end can be a 15 sack defensive end? Draft him. I don't care. You think that tight end, positional value, I know we need tight end, but do you think that tight end can be that dude? Draft him. I'm into it. Give me as many star pieces as possible, and we'll fill out the rest. Because I think that's what's going to take you over the hump. And I think that's how you're going to get to the next step and the next level and finally complete this thing. It's not going to be chasing the perfect roster and the perfect team that's filling every single hole, and then injuries leave you at the end of the year feeling less than perfect and less than whole, while Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce are beating you on 3rd down and Chris Jones is beating your guard on 3rd down, right? You need that. You need those guys that are going to win in key situations, on key downs, in big-time moments, in big-time games. And I think we need more of them. This has been Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics, episode 58. Thanks for being with me. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. Until next time, Uday.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.